UFC 304, Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad 2 just happened this Saturday. And today we're going to be discussing and breaking down the main event. And a lot of people, even, Dana White himself was, kind of shitty on this main event. I thought this main event was really good. Was it some barn burner? No, but what do you expect from a Leon Edwards fight and a Belal Muhammad fight? You're not getting a barn burner, but at least Belal Muhammad actually tried to fight while Leon Edwards just doesn't, once again, doesn't throw any output. But looking back at my prediction, I thought Belal was going to win this fight because he had the cardio advantage. I believe he has the mental strength and fortitude advantage, and he knew this was his only chance to gain the UFC title. It's his only chance he's ever going to get. He could go win 8 more in a row after this, and he's probably not getting a title shot. And he's 36 years old. So he knew, he understood he needed to win this. And Leon Edwards, his resume is really overrated. He himself is a great fighter, but he's very overrated. And when we look at his cardio issues, when you look how he looks mentally broken on the stool, it made sense why Belal won this. And I feel like a lot of people jump to conclusions like, oh, I saw so many videos. Leon's going to wipe the floor of him. Did you really do your research? I really wonder, if you thought Leon was going to wipe the floor of him. Listen, picking Leon to win is different. I understand that. I was thinking I was going to pick Leon to win. But I saw people saying, oh, yeah, Leon's going to destroy him. If you did your research and you analyzed both fighters, you knew that Leon wasn't going to destroy him. You understood that. Even if I picked Leon, I would have picked him by a close decision, not to destroy him. And, when on my prediction video, when I looked at the path to victory for both men and the strengths and weakness, Belal just made sense that he was going to win this fight. That's why I picked him my 5th round TKO, which didn't happen. Now, we'll get into if I firmly believe if Belal kept standing on the feet, he would have TKO'd him because Leon Edwards had nothing on the feet. Absolutely nothing. But we'll get to that down the line. But let's run through the fight. Round 1. One of the main reasons why, honestly, the main reason why I picked Belal to win this fight is the cardio and the pressure he's going to put on Leon Edwards. He immediately starts to pressure Leon Edwards. His jab is working all night. Leon hit him with some decent body shots and stuff in the first round, but it just wasn't enough. And Belal immediately gets an easy takedown. Doesn't land an insane amount of ground pound, but every time he get a takedown, he land a couple shots in here and there and just slowly do some damage. Slowly gas out Leon Edwards. And at the end of the day, Belal basically controlled all the first round. Yeah, Leon had a couple good shots, but on the feet Belal won, on the ground Belal won. I believe he got 2 takedowns in the first round. The first one was really easy. Just phenomenal first round for Belal Muhammad. I don't think a lot of people, even me, myself, who picked Belal to win, was going to think he was going to look that good out the gate against a Leon who wasn't gassed out. You go to round 2. It's the same thing, but even worse for Leon. Belal Muhammad consistently outstriking him at will, getting in his face, making Leon confused. The takedowns, he made Leon look like he was his son. He flipped him over and slammed him on his head. And he did that 3 times this entire round. This was pure domination. Beat him up on the feet with that jab. Just literally throwing Leon all over the canvas, basically, and taking him down at will. Amazing round 2 for Belal. And you go into round 3. Leon gets the body triangle, and he's able to win the round. He's doing no damage. He's barely threatening with submissions, but he gets the round. And this was a very important round for Leon to win because if Belal won round 3, I think this fight was already over after round 3 because the moment Belal won the first round, I knew this fight was over. I knew it was over because Leon had to win the early rounds to win this fight. It was his only way, only path to victory in my opinion, and he wasn't able to do that. But round 3 was important for Leon, but still, he did no damage, and Belal knew he made a mistake. And I think when Belal went back to his coaches, went back to his corner, I think he was like, that motherfucker put me in a body triangle, I'm doing that to him now. And that's exactly what Belal did again. In round 4, he puts the pressure once again on Leon. Well, Leon, you can tell he is gassing. When you look at him in his corner, he is dejected. He looks mentally broken. And we'll get into how we look going to round 5. Belal puts the pressure on. He's boxing him up with his jab. And then guess what? He puts him in the body triangle, and he's landing a lot more damage in that body triangle than Leon was in his. And he wins round 4. So Leon Edwards, once again, needs a finish in round 5 after being dominated for the entire fight, essentially. And when he sat back on that corner, this is why I couldn't pick Leon, guys. This is another, there's a lot of reasons why I couldn't pick him. But this is another one. This guy I don't want to call someone in UFC like mentally weak at all, because if you're stepping on the octagon, you're not mentally weak. But when you compare Leon Edwards to other UFC fighters, he is mentally weak, and that's just a fact. I mean, you need your coach to give you all these pep talks for you to even like throw like shots. And even with all these pep talks, he doesn't even throw, he barely throws any output. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, it was literally a whole new rendition, not iconic and cool, but like, you know, going in the round 5 on the stool. I mean, the whole coach is literally doing another like, don't let him bully his son. Don't let him bully his son. Like, post up and out of the fire. I mean, that's literally what he's doing. I mean, what, like, the fact that you have to, like, literally, like, act like you're trying to win the presidency or something. Like, argue that much with, like, the American people. Like, and he's arguing that much with Leon Edwards to, like, fight. I mean, he's literally trying to do, like, a political speech on him or something, trying to convince him, like, Leon, oh, you gotta vote for me. Like, Leon, you gotta fight. I mean, I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, it's unbelievable. In round 5, not only does Leon cheat by grabbing the fence, you know, he did that in the trilogy of Usman fight, Belal just jabs him up and he gets him another body triangle. It just, and Leon, by the way, after like round 3, Leon looked asleep in those body triangles. I thought he was seriously like asleep. Even in round 2, I think he might have looked asleep. He literally was taking a nap. I mean, there's the TKO for Belal Muhammad right there. I'm kidding, but like, it literally looked like Leon was asleep. And then I noticed something about Leon. And obviously, Belal obviously changed positions at times. But every time near the end of the round, Leon would find a way to get back up to his feet. Like, Leon, where was this earlier? Where was this earlier? I'm not saying that he wasn't trying, but it makes you wonder, like, I swear to God, after round 1, round 5, I think there were other occasions, he'd always get back up at the end of the round. And maybe because Belal, you know, in round 5, he knew he was going to win the title. You know, maybe he got relaxed at the end of a couple rounds. But still, Leon always got back up. And at the end of the round, and it's like, where was this dude's urgency the entire time? Like, where was it? I guess his coach's speech wasn't enough then. And it's just, Leon Edwards got his ass kicked. Plain and simple. He got his butt kicked. And everyone counted Belal out because I firmly believe no one did enough research on this. Obviously, there are people that did a lot of research and still pick Leon. That's fine. But anyone who said that Leon's just going to smoke Belal and dominate him, I don't know what planet you're on. I don't know how you can look at the resumes of both men, how you can look at the fight styles, the strengths and the weaknesses, and be like, yo, Leon's going to dominate him. I mean, this dude is so mentally weak for a UFC fighter, especially compared to a guy like Belal Muhammad, who's a complete opposite mental mindset than Leon Edwards. Because Leon Edwards looked dejected on those benches. He looked dejected after the first round. It's like he meets a moment of adversity and he's done. He like folds. There's no output from him. There's no urgency from him. There's nothing. Nothing at all. And that's when you go back to the second Usman fight. He gets that Hail Mary kick. He should have lost that fight. He should have lost that fight. And he knows it deep down, I bet. He knows that. Colby Covington. I mean, Colby has to be knocking himself. If Colby literally just showed up the fight, he might have gotten it done. But I still think Leon Edwards wins that because I think Colby Covington sucks. I think I think nowadays he kind of sucks. But like, I think his entire career, Colby's been overrated. And so I still think Leon gets that. But it would have been a lot closer fight. But Belal is a different level than Colby. Colby has never been as good as Belal Muhammad, ever. Not for a single second in their fighting career. Belal Muhammad would destroy Colby Covington. Now Colby's probably going to be begging for that fight now. Gee, goddamn Colby, man. What a bum. But Belal would destroy him. Belal would destroy Leon Edwards if they did a trilogy. And all those people using, the first fight, Leon Edwards was piecing him up. In my prediction video, I never brought up that first fight because it didn't matter. It was 3 years ago. It doesn't matter. Both the men got way better since then. Belal was even ranked in the top 10. He took it on like 2-3 weeks notice. I don't care about that fight. It's meaningless to me. It literally is meaningless. That's why I never brought it up. And everyone was like, Edwards was piecing him up. Yeah, he won the first round. Hit him with a nice kick there. It wasn't total domination. I poked him in the first round, and then viciously I poked him again. I guess Leon has a habit of doing illegal stuff in the cage. That's what he's most consistent with. Not with output, not with KOs or submissions. He's consistent with grabbing fences and eye poking people. That's what Leon's consistent with recently, at least. So I don't know. The domination by Belal was It was really satisfying to watch, to be honest. And it's not because I'm some giant Belal fan. Someone might say, oh, you just love Belal, you're biased. I'm not biased in any of this. I analyze and I pick the fighter I think that will win. And I analyzed it, and Belal Muhammad, he just made too much sense. It made too much sense that he was going to win this fight. And Leon, I feel a bit bad for him. Now he's Belal now. He is Belal now. He tried the big time Belal so much, before the fight happened, in the build up. He tried the big time him like he was some Conor McGregor, he was some knockout artist. It's like, no, you're not, Leon. And that's what rubbed me a little bit the wrong way about Leon a bit too. I was like, damn, like, well, what the hell is this, Leon? Like, Leon was just acting like a dumbass. The headshot dead stuff is kind of cringy. And then it almost seemed like Leon was overlooking Belal Muhammad, which is just hilarious thinking about that. That's hilarious to think about. He was overlooking Belal Muhammad. I mean, that's how his coaches and Leon, how he acted, that's how he made it seem. And he paid for it dearly. I don't believe Leon Edwards will ever get another title shot again. The UFC doesn't want that guy as champion. He's going to have to go win at least 3 and 4 in a row, and I don't see that happening. Does he beat a JDM? Does he beat a Shavkat? Does he beat Ian Gary? I don't know. I don't trust his output. I don't trust his cardio. I just don't. And I know I sound like I'm hating on the guy because I think he is an elite welterweight. I mean, he was champion. He has a good resume. It's just not on the level of Belal's resume. Not even close. But I don't know if he beats those guys. I don't know if I'd pick him. But it's just people, and people who think this main event was boring, listen, it wasn't some barn burner. It's not some massive rewatch. But that main event was really high level. You're the best versus the best, an actual deserved title shot. And notice how Belal shows up, unlike Colby. That's why we do deserve title shots. That's why we have a meritocracy. So don't get any of that bullshit like Colby Covington. So really good card, really good main event. Belal versus Shavkat is going to be a banger. I love that fight. I'm kind of lean Shavkat for that fight, just really early prediction, but I could see Belal getting that done. You can't underestimate this guy. His resume's too good. His cardio's too good. His striking is always improving. His grappling is elite. You can't underestimate him. But Shavkat versus Belal, that's the next fight. An amazing fight. I think Leon versus JDM, Leon versus Gary would be really compelling. Maybe take some time off. I'm not really sure. But in the welterweight division, I like that there's a shakeup. I like that we have a new champ, personally. I think it's good. And I think Belal's going to be a lot more active than Leon, potentially. I really hope they don't make Belal turn around really fast like Aljamain Sterling. That would suck. But overall, this main event was really good. And it was a pretty, easy main event to kind of just break down. It was just utter domination by Belal Muhammad. Just utter domination, other than round 3. He doesn't make that mistake in round 3 or get taken down and, give up his back. He's 50-45 in Leon Edwards. I mean, imagine all the people that said Leon Edwards was going to destroy Belal Muhammad. But, because he won the first round in the first fight. Yuri Prochazka got his ass kicked by Alexander Rakic in the first round. And then look what happened. We can't judge stuff by one round, and I don't even care about that. I don't even care if Belal Muhammad won that first round. It doesn't matter to me. It was 3 years ago. It just doesn't matter. So, So everyone that thought Leon was going to just destroy him, watching Leon basically get 50-45 essentially is kind of funny. But, that great main event. UFC 304 delivered, regardless of what Dana White says. I mean, the fact that Dana White can't even promote Belal Muhammad or hype him up at all. Instead, he just it wasn't a barn burner. It's like, what did you expect, man? You got Leon Edwards to Belal Muhammad. You're expecting a barn burner? Like, come on. And Belal should have got that $100,000 bonus, too. When you dominate a guy like Leon Edwards, who is the champion, who is elite in the division, you got to get that $100K bonus. But let me know what you guys thought about the main event. Who do you think Belal should fight next? I think it's a pretty obvious choice, but if you have any different opinion, let me know. Make sure to like the video, subscribe. I'll see you next time.